And guys, believe it or not, Michigan just surpassed California as the top marijuana market in the United States. That's right, more legal bud is sold in Michigan than in California, the fifth largest economy in the world. We're not talking the United States, the world. And they've got 4 times the population of Michigan. But you might be saying to yourself, California has been the main supplier for the US of illegal marijuana for decades. For decades, everybody's grown it over there. So, how did they lose their crown to the bread and butter state? Well, guys, it all boils down to just not gouging your customers, apparently. So, if you look at the numbers, right, yeah, Michigan moves more bud than California does, and which isn't impressive considering its population is so much smaller. And but California is still kind of raking in the dough here. Last year, Californians spent $5 billion on legal marijuana, where Michiganders only spent $3 billion. Now, that sounds like it doesn't make sense until you understand how much cheaper marijuana is in Michigan. It's a lot cheaper, a lot cheaper. So, for example, one gram pre-roll, right, in California could go for $17.50. Now, in Michigan, that same pre-roll would go for $7. Guys, that's that's a 60% difference, and that's all counted. That's all for taxes right there. We can thank taxes for all of that. So California, if you go to California, what do you got? You got a state sales tax that's going to be slapped right on marijuana right away. It's about 7%. Then you got an excise tax on top of that. You're looking at 15%. Then each individual municipality in California gets to decide whatever other local taxes they want to add on top. Now, some people in California are looking at like a 38% tax rate. Guys, that is too much. Where Michigan, those dudes are just keeping it cool, man. We just got a 10% excise tax, 6% sale tax, and we leave it at that, bro. No local taxes at all, which helps quite a bit keep those prices down. But it also kind of bleeds into black market problems, right? So those high prices in California, it makes it really hard to attract customers away from the black market where they're getting a very similar product for a lot lower of a price. And experts actually take a look at that market and they say that only about 44% of marijuana sales actually happen in the legal market in California. So that's a lot of sales happening in the black market. When you go over to Michigan, that number goes up to 75% happening legally. So sure, yeah, Michigan did a good job of like clamping down on illegal sales there, and marijuana law enforcement is much more relaxed in California, right? But the state of the black market really does come back to prices, not to law enforcement. So this isn't a win for Michigan by any means, but when they opened up for legal sales in 2019, they pretty much gave a license out to anybody who could afford one. So you want a license? Here, give me money, and I'll give it to you. But that led to production and sales happening very quickly in the state, but it also resulted in a massive, massive oversupply in the state as well. So Michigan saw their prices absolutely collapse a couple of years ago. So an ounce went from just under $500 to $88. That's a huge drop in prices. So legal businesses might still be hurting, even though sales are going through the roof. But that price crash meant that legal marijuana in the state of Michigan was actually able to outcompete the black market and draw customers in from the cold of the illegal world. So everything might not be perfect under the hood in Michigan, right? Nobody's saying that. But as other states are watching their marijuana programs crash and burn, Michigan is watching theirs roar to life like a car fresh off the auto line in Detroit with a happy customer behind the wheel. So go Michigan.